Hi, welcome to Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW, the wrestling channel right here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Subscribe right now, leave any comments in the comment section, like and share the video as well. Going to give you a compilation of news stories over the last 48 hours, making sure that you get all the up-to-date news stories via this channel. We've got the Cruiserweights on the way, some updates of Clash of Champions, should I say. Do you know what, Mick Foley kept getting it wrong on Raw, calling it Clash of the Champions, and it's just Clash of Champions for me. I'm not sure if this is grammatically correct or not, but if they were going to use Clash of the Champions like WCW's event, I don't know why they just didn't use that really. They've now made it into a compilation of basically a Night of Champions pay-per-view that they did for the last few years. But Clash of Champions it is. But anyways, a news story on that as well. And as well as that, Wade Barrett, or Stu Bennett, should we say, is he going to go to ROH? But let's get straight into the news story then with the Raw Cruiserweights. There was a big update for this in the last couple of days, confirmed that the following names are going to be in the Raw Cruiserweight division. And excuse me if I get any of the names wrong, but of course, when you've got names like TJ Perkins, just joking, some of them can be a little bit hard to pronounce, but I'll give it my best shot for you now. Along with TJ Perkins, we have got Grant Metalik, Akira Tozawa, Jack Gallagher, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Cedric Alexandra, Rich Swann, the Brian Kendrick, and Noam Dar, all going to be in the Raw division. So, very interesting stuff. Looking forward to that. But could SmackDown as well, SmackDown Live, get their own Cruiserweight division? Now, according to RingsideNews.com, there's been backstage talk that WWE are thinking about adding a Cruiserweight division to the SmackDown brand. Vince wants Raw and SmackDown to have the same number of championships. And if the Raw brand's Cruiserweight division is a success, then there is a possibility we could see one added to SmackDown Live as well. While WWE has picked up the majority of the Raw Cruiserweight roster, there have been a couple of names in mind that they would bring in from the Cruiserweight Classic for the SmackDown division. Now, personally for me, judging on all those names they've picked there, unless they get Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr., they are wasting their time with picking up any more of the Cruiserweights from the Cruiserweight Classic, in my opinion, because a lot of the other ones didn't get through the first round. They were knocked out very early in the competition, and it just makes SmackDown seem a lot weaker, if you're asking me. Now, if they can get the likes of Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr., add it with the likes of the rumoured signings of maybe a Ricochet. I mean, you've got Kalisto, you could bring Austin Aries up from NXT. This then would start to make a SmackDown Cruiserweight division work. But if you're going to be bringing in people that were knocked out in the first round that really haven't done anything to prove themselves to be in WWE, I mean, this shouldn't be just a free hall pass to get in. Otherwise, the Cruiserweight Classic means absolutely nothing. I mean, what are these guys even fighting for? I mean, we're down now to what will be the final of the quarterfinals tonight on WWE's network, the Cruiserweight Classic program. Next week is the final with the semi-finals and the final match itself. I mean, what are they fighting for? Hopefully, we're going to learn. Could it even be the Cruiserweight Championship? We'll have to wait and see for the Raw division. But any more updates on that, I shall bring you to it as it comes. A possible spoiler now, so if you don't like this, maybe skip 30 seconds in the video now, that Roman Reigns, as seen on Raw, said that if he defeats Kevin Owens next week, he'll be added to the WWE Universal Championship title match at Clash of Champions. In fact, Ringside News have been told that it's very unlikely that Reigns will be added to the match, and will be more than likely working a program with Chris Jericho instead. Rusev was supposed to beat the opponent for Roman Reigns, which I said in a previous video. The reason that this will not be happening is that Rusev and Lana are planning to move TV for the next 23 days as their honeymoon starts after their wedding in Bulgaria. So all plans for that has now been scrapped. The thing I have to say about this quickly is that if Rusev actually is not going to be on TV now for Clash of Champions, this is a championship pay-per-view and the United States champion is not going to be there. Someone who deemed the US title only weeks ago to be the most important title on the brand as well. For me, of course, it's not the most important title, but it has a rich legacy and history and it should be defended on the event. So personally for me, it now makes you wonder if Roman Reigns should have won the belt beforehand and actually maybe defended against Chris Jericho and maybe lost it at a later date. But that's just my personal feeling on it. Let me know your feelings in the comments below. Seth Rollins working as a babyface after Raw this week. Now, of course, the cameras go off air, and after they went off air, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens were attacking Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins' music hit the ring, and he made the save for Reigns as Jericho and Kevin Owens retreated. After the save, actually, Reigns speared Rollins and celebrated the end of the show. But as previously reported, it's been speculated that Rollins will eventually turn babyface. This could be the first indication of the company laying the foundation for that turn. Whether that actually be brought to light on WWE programming or not is probably unlikely, but of course it seems very likely now that Rollins will be making a face turn. Of course, a heel versus heel match currently at Clash of Champions. It's so easy to get that wrong. It seems to be that I feel Rollins will be turning, and perhaps it might not happen at this event. I feel that actually Triple H will perhaps cost Rollins the title again at Clash of Champions, and that's when we'll see the face turn starting after that event, maybe working in towards Hell in the Cell. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Speaking of championships, we've been speaking about two WWE championships have had their names changed. The Women's Championship and the Tag Team Championships are now going to be called the Raw Women's Championship and the Raw Tag Team Championship. Of course, with SmackDown introducing their Tag Team Championship and Women's Championship, they have the name of the SmackDown Women's Championship and the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So, yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense, really. I mean, if one's going to be called one, the other should be called the other. I'm okay with this. I'm not too opposed to this. And, of course, if you're on the Raw side, then you are the Raw Champion. If you're on the SmackDown side, then you are the SmackDown Champion. It for me, makes perfect sense. American Alpha have been pulled from WWE Backlash. Shane McMahon talking on Talking Smack last night, said that American Alpha being pulled from Sunday's Backlash event. They did defeat the Usos in that SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship Tournament semi-final, but of course the Usos turned heel, which I think is a year overdue, by the way, but was done particularly well on this event. They said that they will be out of action, American Alpha, for 2 to 3 weeks. Chad Gable was attacked, of course, by the Usos after that victory. Daniel Bryan announced that the Hype Bros will face the Usos at Backlash, and the winners will be facing Heath Slater and Rhino for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. So there we go, a little bit more spice added towards the Backlash pay-per-view, which I will be giving my preview and predictions later in the week, so make sure to keep an eye out on that this channel. Probably going to look to do that maybe Friday, but it could go on Saturday. We'll have to wait and see as the week goes on. Furthermore, in the video, we're going to go to ROH, and Prince Nana has actually put a post, and according to RacingNews.com, former WWE superstar could be heading to Ring of Honor. Nana's teaser photo with Barrett, which was posted on Twitter, saying business might just pick up even more in Ring of Honor. Nice talk at Stu Bennett, and of course Bennett is in the photo as well. I'm a big fan of Stu Bennett and Wade Barrett. I think he was wasted in WWE. He should have been the first English WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and you can only look back as far as the Nexus, for example. I think it would have made sense for him to win the belt even at that stage, and of course we all know that John Cena kind of ruined that. Not just on camera but off camera as well, and that's probably some of the reason why he gets such heat still even today. But Barrett for me, of course, has been very unlucky with injuries throughout his career, particularly when he was the Bad News Barrett character. Particularly, he was very, very good and very over as well with the crowd at that point. Could have been a champion at the top of the card, but it just wasn't to be. But I'd be in favour of seeing Barrett back in the ring, whether it's in Ring of Honor. I think he'd be very well suited to that company. I think TNA would be a good shout for him as well. He could do Lucha Underground, I guess, but I mean, perhaps with all these sort of special gimmicks that they have for that show, I think maybe Ring of Honor and TNA would perhaps be more suitable for Bennett, but that's my feelings anyway. Let me know your feelings in the comments below. That is a roundup of everything for you there. As quick a roundup as I can give that to you. Later in the week, as I say, expect a Backlash preview and predictions video. All the latest up-to-date news and rumours will be coming up as well. So yeah, that's everything for you there. You've been watching Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag the wrestling channel, right here on youtube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video, and of course make sure to subscribe.